Prince, look, everybody ain't your dog, hope you know that. They moving funny, trust yourself, learn to fall back. Gotta watch these bitches too, shit, they the grimiest ones. Once you show them how you really live and they after your funds, sometimes you gotta separate for you to elevate. They gon' scream they love you, but it's really hate. Shit is just a guessing game, can't really tell until it hit the fan. By then it's too late, you could be a dead man. I don't trust none for real, fuck how you niggas feel. You ain't like my brother or my sister, I ain't tryna build. I just want a couple prezzies and diamonds to ice the bezzy. A free chick that put her legs up like Flexi Lexi. This Instagram got niggas all confused cause they judging off the likes versus really how they move. You think you know me, you ain't got a blues clue now. You don't fuck with me, but I ain't never fuck with you, nigga.
Saying, a lot of us don't realize that there are people in our lives that come with an expiration date. Some people in our lives, unfortunately, have an expiration date. Everyone's not meant to be in your life forever. The key is to know when it's time to cut them off because, sometimes the most hate you get is from your inner circle, like where the support is supposed to come from. And you have to be mindful of that and go, as I'm making this step to the next level, it's not that I changed, but it's that you're not ready to go with me to this next level. You holding me back. So your time is up.
Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips in the balance of the favor of fair use.
I don't believe in this fake love. These niggas like meet a nigga and be like, oh shit, this is my brother. I don't know you.
Often we get into situationships, right? And then we find out that the people that we with may be a narcissist. But you think that you can get into something, and we say this time and time and time again. When you with somebody, if they show you who they are, believe them. Believe them. Because they really are not there to be changed. And as soon as you get that memo that you can't change them, yo, man, trust and believe you can't. So why are you even trying? Why are you even trying to change somebody to prove a point? They not going to change. You can't change a narcissist. Point blank, period. You can't. And I know that that while you're in that thing and you think that things are supposed to be this way, it's this type of love that you thought that you really wanted. But the deeper you get into it, then you realize that shit ain't right. It's all about your self-worth. How much do you have to give of yourself to have another person control you? You feel me? Because some want to be in a healthy relationship where they can have somebody that they can grow with throughout life. And many of us don't want to be alone. And it tends to hit us that being with somebody, matters when we have an amazing news to share, but no one to share it with. And when the day was particularly really, really bad, and there's no one to console you, or the holidays that are coming around and attending family functions become uncomfortable. I know this is not the case for everyone, but it happens enough. It's very careful for you to assess who you are and what you need in a relationship before putting yourself out there to begin the path to relationship. Assessing who you are is going to help you to avoid any type of heartache. For all the assets that come with relationship, the wrong one can damage you in ways that are difficult to overcome. Let's talk about it. You want in a relationship based in confidence instead of fear, or a need to tend to attract people with narcissistic personalities, feeling that they can run you for real. You can't change them. People feel that they could change another person. And I keep telling you, that's a mistake, a big mistake. Ain't nothing wrong with you trying to help somebody to reach their potential, whatever they're trying to work towards. Is not the same as trying to change the moral compass of another person. Know that if you find yourself in a relationship with a narcissist, you ain't going to be able to change them. They can abuse you emotionally and spiritually, and they won't even consider changing because in their mind, they haven't done anything to you. They ain't caused you no harm in their mind. So it's important for you to understand, because you can't have a conversation about hurt that ends up with them admitting that they have harmed you, because it's not going to happen. What they're going to do is they're going to flip that script to make you feel that they are the victim. And you need to do more to become attentive to their feelings and their needs. No relationship is worth that kind of heartache and suffering. You won't make them understand why they should be supportive of you or console you when you need it. You won't make them understand why the world does not revolve around them. Arguing and trying to reason with someone that refuses to admit when they did something wrong is draining. And it's hurtful. Especially when you're in a personal relationship. You can't change them. You can't change a narcissist. You have to understand that everyone doesn't have the same moral compass. And it's not your responsibility to teach someone that you care about being a compassionate person. You got to take the time to be sure that you're confident in yourself and take the time to pour the goodness into you. Don't discount the family and friends that are there for you in times of celebration and that stand with you in the times of challenges and chaos. Though they are not the relationship that you're looking for, they can still add value to your life. You got to keep those positive people in your life close, that they can help you when you sound the alert that something ain't right. and that you're going down a path with a narcissist or anybody else that's not going to treat you with love and respect that you deserve. And if you're already in that relationship with the narcissist and you're experiencing the emotional abuse, know that there is nothing wrong with you. Know that you are not going to be able to change them. Change is something that they're going to have to pursue for themselves. And it might be a good idea for you to begin to work your way out of that situation. You feel me? You deserve better than that. You deserve better to be mistreated by anybody that does not cherish your worth. And that starts with you understanding that you can't change it. You feel me? Because all they're doing is playing mind games with you and jumping up and down on your reserve nerve and your heartstrings. Because all they're going to do is say, yo, they're pointing out all of your flaws, taking jabs at you to lower your self-esteem, making you feel more dependent on their approval to feel worthy. You, beloved, are worthy. And no matter how thoughtful your actions are, a narcissist is going to find a way to twist them into something negative. And if you try to do something kind, they may accuse you of having ulterior motives, keeping you in a constant state of defensive. I'm just trying to put you up on game. You worth more than that, baby. You worth more than that. Because they love to make themselves the victim. They spin the stories to gain sympathy. And if you make plans without them, they're going to say, oh, I guess I'm not important to you anymore. You feel me? Playing those mind games with you, jumping on your reserve nerve and pulling on your heartstrings, guilt tripping you so you can prioritize them over other people. But what they're doing, and if you haven't realized it, is that they're isolating you from your support people, your support network. They like to humiliate you in public and try to disguise it as a joke. They're going to point out your flaws or bring up embarrassing stories in front of other people to chip away at your confidence by making you feel small. And then they put themselves as the dominant figure in your life. No, absolutely not. You have the right to be successful. You have the right to be all that you can be. And being with somebody like that, they're going to downplay whatever you're doing to make you feel guilty that you got success going on in your life. Saying shit like, oh, it must be nice to have so much free time, to imply that you're only successful because of their support. Fuck out of here. Because they're looking for the spotlight themselves. Come on, man. Come on, man. There comes a point in your life that you got to put up a boundary. It's time. Don't allow them to place boundaries around you because they are trying to limit access from other people to you. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Are you in this situation? You got to set some limits because they're going to guilt you into changing. for them. Come on, man. I know this is the season, the fourth quarter. I say it all the time when all the bullshit pops up. This is where you're ending a season in your life when January comes so you can start feeling renewed, or when the real spring or the real time comes up in the spring for new beginnings. You got to set yourself into position to remove yourself from this situation. You see, because they're going to forget all about the good things that you have done for them. Whether you're supporting them during their tough times or doing little small things for them, they act as though it never even happened. And they dismiss you. And then you feel unappreciated. But what they're trying to do is to push you to do more things for them. You got to get out. I know that in some cases it's hard because of the simple fact that you ain't got nowhere to go. And especially in this times where things are, shortages are high. The shortages are high. And then when you explain that, you know what, this may not be the situation that you want to be in, right? And then they'll tell you some shit like, you should have did this, and that. You make the mistakes. You know, and then they put all the blame on you while they're sucking the life force out of you, sucking your bread, sucking your life off, sucking your breath. Telling you that you ain't giving them enough attention. And that's the reason why you failing. Because if you would have listened to them, then you would have stacked up. Da 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 da. You feel me? Not accepting the fact that they could help you. But nah, they're gonna shift the blame on you so you can apologize for things that you ain't even freaking do. Come on, man. We gotta strategically make a plan to get you out. We gotta get you out. Because they're gonna keep playing on your vulnerability. And anything that you have told them can be and will be used against you. And they're going to bring up your secrets during arguments or even threaten to expose them to other people. And that keeps you under control, afraid that they might push you back into a zone. You deserve so much better than that. You don't need anybody who's going to withhold their affection from you and use it as a weapon. And when you're upset, they're going to take their hugs back. They're going to take their kisses back or any form of intimacy back. And the punishment that is going to create longing for you to earn them back. When secretly inside you're saying, I've had enough. This ain't me and this ain't it. You feel me? So how can you get out of this? How can you strategize to get out of this bullshit? Because now at this time, you should realize your own self-worth. Let me tell you something. You have been in this relationship, and you know why? Because no one teaches us to identify what a narcissist is. And so by the time that you realize that you're with one, you've been blindsided. Let me give you some information that can help you, all right? First, I need you to understand what to expect when you're breaking up with a narcissist. You got to prepare yourself to respond with extreme behavior. Sometimes that narcissist is going to turn on you and begin to attack you. And sometimes they promise to change and beg you not to leave. And sometimes they're going to start trying to guilt trip you. Here's what you can expect a narcissist to do when you try to leave. They're going to blame you. They're going to attempt to convince you that you made the mistake. They're going to attempt to guilt trip you into staying. They're going to demand attention even after you break up. They're going to promise to change. They're going to use social attacks and gossip. They're going to stalk you. And they're going to reveal their neediness. Here's what I need you to do, and get this down in your spirit. All right? Stop trying to keep the narcissist accountable. Even though we know that their behaviors are unacceptable. Flipping the script all the time, moving the goalpost all the time, and you walking on eggshells with a sense of reality gradually eroding. And when you feel as though that they have appeared to have changed, accept that it's often one step forward and 10, 15,000 steps backwards. And then you get blamed for calling them out, even if they're hurting you. You are walking out the door. And you can never hold a narcissist accountable. It's what kept you hooked. And you need to leave behind that desire to make them get it or change. And if you're going to be able to truly close the door on this relationship, all right, you got to hold on to those moments of clarity. You got to hold on to those moments of clarity. Hold on to it and come back to the moments that made you feel horrible again and again, to remind yourself, because you'll forget the logic behind why you said that or why you say the things that you say. You need to remember, as long as you remember the conclusion that you have drawn, that it's time for you to bounce out. And this is going to fuel you with strength to keep walking away and never looking back. Remember that just because you've changed doesn't mean that they can change. All right? Know that the only person you need to take care of in this very moment is yourself. You've been pummeled. You have been whipped into a shadow of yourself. And you deserve to love yourself into healing. And stop worrying about being a bad person. What? If this relationship with this narcissist were to happen to your best friend or your kid, would you be okay with it? That should snap you right back. Because you got to recognize your mistakes. But don't let them be used as a weapon against you. you have made some bad decisions or you have done some bad things. But unlike that narcissist, you didn't deliberately set a trap to slowly hoodwink, and then abuse another person for your own sidekicks. Okay? For your sickness. Because narcissism is a sickness. You ain't no saint. But that doesn't mean that you need to be, putting up with another person's literal and figurative punches. And stop trying to explain away the narcissist behavior. You can rationalize everything away when it comes to a narcissist. And that's not a good thing. There's a reason the narcissist is the way that they are. Genetics, family dynamics, okay? Substance abuse. It's not your job to analyze why or to get caught in the smoke and mirrors, baby. When it comes to narcissists, the root of the problem is them. And the reason that we call it a personality disorder is because it cannot change, nor is it serving you to rationalize their feelings or their trauma. Just move on, baby. Just move on. Don't fall for the post breakup mind games that they're going to do. Narcissists will move on to distract themselves, prey on a new source of attention, or punish you. They have no effective empathy, the ability to feel what another person is feeling, much less than compassion for other people. So stop stalking them on social media or asking mutual friends about them. Your progress is yours and yours by yourself. You gotta block those narcissists and don't blame yourself. Don't blame yourself for that. Every time you blame yourself, your narcissistic ex will win. They will continue to abuse you because you are abusing yourself. So unpack those oldest traumas and those vulnerabilities. Okay? Do that. Whew. I know this is hard, but there's never a right time to leave. So if you feel that you're leaving or left at the wrong time and want to give them another chance, know there's no time when the stars will be aligned and then you got all your ducks in a row. You got to lean on your support system. You got to engage with people and loved ones, or maybe even a professional to help you get out so you can get yourself back, so you can work together with them, so you will not do any self-sabotage. Be good to yourself. Be good to yourself. You are being reminded that learning to be kind feels harder than anything else that you might go through. You got to train yourself in your mental gym. The first time you train yourself or any muscle, it's going to feel impossible until one day it eventually stops feeling it. You see, breaking up with a narcissist is very difficult. And you can expect a lot of different types of emotions as you battle the feelings of guilt, self-judgment, and emotional manipulation from your ex. Stick to your convictions and know that you do deserve to be in a healthy, loving relationship. Healing starts with you rooting for yourself, just like everybody else around you who loves and cares about you are rooting for you too. All right, that's it, and I'm done. Don't allow these motherfuckers to put you in another headspace, man. You got to get out. You got to get out. You deserve so much better than this. Ashe. All right, I'm done. I'm done. That little demonstration right there shows you what type of situation that you're in and what you're going to go through when you try to lead these motherfuckers. Always be prepared. Be prepared. Have a plan. All right, now I'm done. I'll talk to you all soon. Be well. See you soon.
What you won't do, the next man will. You ain't worth my time, baby, let's be real. I came back to let you know I don't play that game. You can have them all. Your friends wonder what is wrong with you, and they hit my line, steady dogging you. I cannot play the fool. That is just one thing that I would not do. You only love me when I'm fighting you. You do me wrong and I still try to see the right in you. It broke my spirit when I had to say goodbye to you. My heart had been departed, but my body still invited you. Guess I was doing it to fill a void. You took me out to restaurants I often still avoid. Now I ain't tripping, I just think you made a bitter choice. No, I don't miss you, I just wish that I could hear your voice. I know you still ride with my mixtape. I know you still got, at least that's what you say. I thought you really was my baby, maybe she changed. I know they usually take you back after you switch lanes. I got my own honey, I don't need to call a lift. These women use you like a Uber, you a lick. I called you up the other day when I was stressing. You answered back on my shit, not trying to flex it. But I'm not you won't do, the next man will. You ain't worth my time, baby, let's be real. I came back to let you know I don't play that game. You can have them all. Your friends wonder what is wrong with you, and they hit my line, steady dogging you. I cannot play the fool. I can't be your fool. That is just one thing that I would not do.